And the first one of those is Texas Tech. They've become transfer U. They've been very effective at getting the top transfers, and they've done so once again this season, Dom.
Right. Texas Tech, Mac McClung, I think that's the highlight transfer for them. But the problem is they lost Tobias Ramsey and David Moretti. And Moretti was a big part of their championship team. They don't really have any of those guys that are there anymore. Now, they do have a good recruiting class. Texas Tech, I think they will take a step up from where they were last year. Certainly disappointing. They kind of just hung around the rankings. And even though they lost a lot, they lost to a lot of great teams. Of course, they got stuck with Kentucky in the Big 12 SEC Challenge, and that was a big loss to them because they faced Kentucky really at the wrong time. But I think Texas Tech can certainly improve, finishing tied for third in the conference when really they went 9-9 in conference. Certainly not where they want to be, especially coming off of a national championship appearance, thinking like 18-13 the following year. Texas Tech needs to step it up. Chris Beard, one of the best coaches in the country. I'm sure that they will step up, but Texas Tech, they're going to need a lot of help from a lot of incoming players, including their recruits and their transfers. I think this team has the potential to be a top-tier team in the Big 12. I'm not entirely sure they'll be better than Texas, though, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, and again, Texas Tech, you could say that every year in preseason because of the amount of transfers coming in and the amount of new people that do come in. The front court, it's probably going to be pretty solid with VCU grad transfer Marco Santos Silva and Joel Notambwe. Those will be a couple of guys that will be very interesting, but producing the Big 12, much different than the mid-majors. And five-star Amari Burnett is going to be very interesting as well. Again, transfers, that's the biggest challenge every year. If you are trying to build yourself as transfer U, that's going to be a very hard job for a coach to be able to gel in every single piece together. And that will be an interesting thing to where the transfers, they're going to have to be the stars of this team. And those transfers are going to elevate this team or push them down even below Texas, like you mentioned. The quality of transfers and, of course, Burnett, I think puts Texas Tech a little bit above Texas, and that's even with a lot of the question marks. And I still believe that the Red Raiders are going to get the better of Texas, even if it is only in the season split. I think that Texas is just a little bit below. And the Red Raiders have a little more of that talent to where I think you can put them above Texas, even if only by a little bit.
It's going to be very close. I think that I said that I think Texas has the potential to win the conference. I stand by that statement, but teams 5 through 3 are so close with West Virginia, Texas, and Texas Tech. I think everyone's going to pick Baylor and Kansas to finish atop the conference, but those three teams are certainly going to be closer than where the standings were last year because, 9-9 was third in the conference. So I don't think anyone's predicting that this year. I think there's going to be more parity in this conference. Kansas is probably going to take a step back for sure. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then Baylor, they're going to be good again.